For the last 5 years, I've been using Flowerhouse greenhouses to keep my plant collection alive in late fall into early spring. Unfortunately, the tent that I had been using has succumbed to the UV damage. I have a new greenhouse. It's by INMITOM. It's like one of those tailgate tents that kind of just stretch out. It comes with a polyurethane cover, and I'm going to see how it works out. I've never tried this brand before, but it was comparable in price to what I had bought 5 years ago, and it seems to be a lot easier to install in theory. So I'm gonna put this on however X speed while you watch me build this. So my initial reaction, it's pretty spacious. It does allow me to reach up. I can touch the top if I stand in the middle, but I also lowered the tent for reasons I'll state later. I like that the door is pretty big. Let me show what I mean. Two separate zippers, and that you can support up here, like tying them up so that you can move in and out. Obviously, I'm talking about the door on the other side because it has two doors to enter from. I'm not going to be entering from here. But I like that it is two zippers, because the previous tent had an issue where, because it was all one piece, when I tried to open it, there were certain parts that would get stuck and be difficult to zip around for whatever, well, because of tension in certain areas, because it was one of those pop-up tents that like you just like throw and it just undoes itself. Setup was pretty easy. I had no trouble lifting everything. I feel like the trickiest part of setup was getting the plastic onto the frame. I will say though, I am not happy with the lack of crossbars. Even though this is a pop-up tent, or you know, the kind that you would find at a tailgate, I still expected, or granted they weren't in the schematics that I looked over when I was shopping for a tent, I would say in the future maybe have like a crossbar that you could install, but I guess that defeats the purpose of the adjustable height unless there are certain areas that you would do that for, because I feel like it would be susceptible to like the oncoming wind perpendicular to the longest surface, because there's nothing preventing or like supporting this wall. Another thing that I found annoying was that I thought that it came with a skirt, like there would be excess fabric that would be able to, like, I would be able to tuck in. Instead, what I did was lower it, because it is adjustable, so that I could tuck it in and weigh it down with bricks to prevent hot air from escaping. I would say that maybe future you could have like an opening in which to thread the extension cord. That's a feature that my previous tent had that this one lacks. But I mean, because there's no like hard wire frame going all around, including the bottom, it is pretty easy to just like put it underneath and then hold it down with bricks. The other tent had an opening that had a Velcro around the opening that you could open and close, which made it easy. Overall, well, this is my initial impression. I'm going to see how it does with the winter. It seems like it's pretty durable. I don't plan on anything falling. It is low enough for me to like go like this if there is accumulation of snow this winter. And also, crucial detail, I screwed down the legs. The legs have like this little opening. You could put like a stake in there, because I'm putting it on a plywood surface, which I then covered with this like plastic mat, plastic tarp. I screwed in the screws to, while it's not like 100% secure, does have some freedom to move around. I feel like the weight from the bricks will keep it down, and if it at most like shuffle the legs around. But if this were in the ground, it came with stakes. I could hammer them in, and I'm gonna look to see where the tie downs are on the exterior, so that I can put them in the ground and reinforce it that way, because I haven't done that step yet. I just, set up, seeing how the space is and whatever, because like tying down at that point, you either have a place to put it in or not. And it seems like I can only tie down on that side and on that side, because I have the fence here, but the fence will also protect it from wind. We'll see how this winter goes.